So the current administration of the United States government has blown up 10 boats. Most of them from Venezuela, one from Colombia, and I'll get to the specifics in a second. But this just happened. October 24th. October 24th, which would have been on a Friday. So 2 days ago, there was a boat that was blown up in the Caribbean coast. 6 guys were killed. 6 guys were extrajudicially murdered. This is murder, because we're not at war with anybody in particular. The USS Gerald Ford carrier is charging into the region. So have no fear. The USS carrier Gerald Ford is here.
As part of its fight on what it calls narco-terrorism, well, the US has conducted 10 airstrikes on suspected drug trafficking vessels in the area in the past month.
Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, has since accused the US of fabricating a new war. The US...
Fabricating a brand new war? Narco-terrorism? I mean, what is a narco-terrorist? You got some cocaine or something? You got some cocaine or some crack or methamphetamines? There's actually, God, Colorado had a whole bunch of laws. So many chemicals are out there. They banned like 1,000 different drugs. The law just went on and on and on with all the damn drugs.
President Donald Trump says he's committed to blocking drugs from entering the US.
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead.
So, apparently the U.S. government is just going to kill them. Kill them until they are dead. You know, when this administration came into power, the first term, they bombed Yemen. They killed an 8-year-old American girl. Was it Nora? They killed a prime minister. Everything Israel was doing was under the umbrella of the U.S. I guess when it comes to what comes out of the White House, Soleimani was killed by the White House. The mother of all bombs was dropped in Afghanistan. Bush is dropping bombs in Somalia. I don't know if we're still dropping bombs in Somalia. The power of the declaration of war comes out of Congress. So you can't really bomb people unless there's a declaration of war. He's just bombing boats that's coming out of Venezuela. One came out of Colombia at least. 43 have been killed so far. 43 human beings have been killed so far. And I don't know what the evidence is. When it comes to the truth, you have witness, testimony, eyewitness, statements, pictures, emails, videotapes. Videotapes, I think, is the best. So we see the pictures of the videos of the boats being blown up. But I haven't seen any videos or any evidence of who these guys were, what their names were, what they had on the boats, what the wreckage in the boats had shown, what they had in the boats. I've seen no evidence whatsoever. It's almost like when they blow up Hamas or the Viet Cong, it's just like, oh, we killed all them people because of Hamas, you know. We killed all these people because, well, I mean, Hamas. Henry Jab, you killed that little, 5-year-old girl because she's Hamas? It's like they just make up they just put on the top of the dead body on the carnage. Oh, it's Hamas. Is that enough? Is that enough justification? No, I don't think so. That's not enough justification. I need to know the truth. I need to know the truth. Are you just bombing any boats coming out of countries you don't like? Are you just killing people to divert people's attention from all the corruption and bullshit, the Epstein files and all the dumb shit? Why are you killing people, man? Why are you murdering people? Like fucking shit, man.
Okay.
And just following up on that, the Trump administration has started designating Latin American cartels as, quote, foreign terrorist organizations. But then legal experts say that that doesn't justify the use of military force. Well, earlier I spoke with Sarah Yeager. She's the
Sarah Yeager. What the hell is Sarah Yeager gonna enlighten us with? So let's take a look at all these boats that in the last month, the United States government, America, has bombed a boat here September 2nd in the Caribbean Sea. 11 people were killed. September 15th, 3 people were killed from Venezuela. Another 3 were killed September 19th, Venezuela. October 3rd, waters off of Venezuela, 4 people were killed. October 14th, near Venezuela, 6 people were killed. October 16th, in the Caribbean Sea, 2 were killed, but it says not specified. So on October 16th, we don't know where that boat came from. That could have just been some Floridians. Hell, some Floridians were just out sailing in the damn ocean. Got blown right the fuck up. They were called narco-terrorists. They were actually fishing for red groupers. Is that true? We don't know, one way or another. October 17th, not specified. The Colombian rebel group ELN. Who's the ELN? I'll tell you in a second. October 21st, Eastern Pacific Ocean, not specified. Another October 22nd, not specified. October 24th, 6 were killed, operated by the Venezuelan Tren de Aragua, boat origin unclear. So that's 43 deaths total. Now the ELN, which is the National Liberation Army in English, is Colombia's second largest leftist guerrilla group and one of the last active insurgent forces in Latin America, founded in 1964 by a mix of Marxist revolutionaries, Catholic radicals, and students inspired by the Cuban Revolution. It started as a rural insurgency aimed at overthrowing Colombia's government and promoting social justice through armed struggle. Over the decades, the ELN, the National Liberation Army of Colombia, has evolved from ideological warfare to involvement in extortion, illegal mining, and drug trafficking, earning the narco-terrorist label from critics and governments like the U.S., which designates it as a foreign terrorist organization. It's got around 3,000 active members with a significant presence in northeastern Colombia and across the border in Venezuela, where it operates training camps and trafficking routes. Peace talks with the Colombian government have been on again, off again. The latest round under President Gustavo Petro stalled in January 2025. Amid border clashes and attacks on civilians in the context of recent U.S. strikes, the ELN's maritime ops tie into its role in cocaine smuggling networks across the Caribbean and the Pacific. You know, they wouldn't be sending cocaine boats into America if Americans weren't buying a bunch of cocaine. Chevy Chase. Heard Chevy Chase and Saturday Night Live. Them motherfucking Californians. Those fucking Hollywood California types. They like cocaine. Cocaine is like a rich Caucasian drug, right? The crack is like ghetto, but cocaine, that's the creme de la creme when it comes to the middle class white folks. What's this damn...
Director at
what's
Human
this woman
Rights
saying?
Watch. And she says that the strikes amount to extrajudicial killings.
So there is
Extrajudicial. Does that mean very judicial? I mean, that's extrajudicial. That's very, very judicial. Very, very legal and proper and right. It's not first degree murder. It's extrajudicial. Super judicial. Incredibly judicial. It is so goddamn judicial, it's not even funny.
no conflict, no war happening in the Caribbean. The people on these boats are not combatants. And regardless of what they were doing, whether they were drug smugglers or fishermen, the international law says you cannot kill anybody you want, wherever you want, for whatever.
One of these attacks I had read actually that Pete Hegseth had ordered the thing without the White House approving of it, which is interesting too. So the Department of War is ordering bombs and murders and killings of these boats I want to know what this intelligence, clearly they are looking at something, right? Some intelligence. They wouldn't just be bombing goddamn boats coming out of countries they don't like. They wouldn't be doing that, would they? They could be. And they could totally mistake something. They could think that one boat is coming out for a different reason. And like I said, it could be just be fishermen from Florida. Some old Jewish couple went out and started fishing, but they went fishing in a disputed territorial region. Got bombed the fuck up. At the very least, we need a declaration of war. Congress hasn't been declaring any war whatsoever. The government's been shut down, but there's been 130 million been given by that one rich fucker. The government shut down. The government shut down, so that means all the wars are over. All the wars are over. They're not going to spend any money on welfare, which sucks for, everybody who needs to eat. Anybody who needs food and water, that sucks. But that hits red states as well. So a bunch of fucking poor Republican hillbillies, they're going to get hit. But no wars. Don't that sound good? No more war. Sure wish the U.S. government would stop fucking bombing and killing people. Especially in the Caribbean. Especially right there, not in our backyard, but that's like our front yard. That's like our own house. Are you sure it wasn't our own house? Because when I look at the 10 boats that were bombed, we know that 7 of them were from Venezuela, 1 from Colombia, but 3 of them were not specified. October 16th, October 21st, and October 22nd. 2 in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. So on the West Coast. 1 in the Caribbean Sea, October 16th and the 21st and the 22nd in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. As that damn Brian Tyler Cohen, it's just another day. Just another day. Talk about a privileged perspective. Oh shit. 43 people were murdered by our government's bombs. It's just another day. Fucking shit, man.